like, I'm not paying $30 to watch a movie. We're going on
Hell
a
no.
Tuesday matinee when you can pay $5 and it's dollar popcorn day.
Yeah, like, hello.
No thanks.
Welcome back to Gecko 64, Enter the Gecko. Alright, we have another level left to do. It's called Pain in the Asteroids, and this level is so accurate.
Pain in the Asteroids.
Oh, God. Yeah, at this point, like, just beating these levels is like a miracle. This game gets really hard.
It kind of makes me nervous to, like, play it. I still want to, but...
Well, it'll be a while before you get this
we
frustration. The first couple levels,
True.
I think you'll genuinely enjoy.
Yeah. I
And then,
did genuinely enjoy the brief moments that I did play it just to test out the cameras.
Where did you play? Just one level or the first two?
I didn't even play a full level.
You didn't even play a full
so
level?
Okay. It was literally like 10
Look
minutes
who's
to
back.
get the idea of camera
The
controls.
life bar.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why this one sucks so much. Gotta keep an eye on your frickin' air. So anyways, we were going in defense of Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Because he went off recently on his crew.
I'm very curious to what everyone else thinks as well, because it is kind of unknown right now. There's like rumors floating around, but
like it's not as unanimous as when Christian Bale went off and people were just like, wow, that was
what
a
an
little
asshole.
harsh.
Like, so essentially, like, Tom Cruise is a producer, right?
Yeah, he's the actor and producer of Mission Impossible 7.
And he's essentially responsible for keeping up the COVID-19 protocols.
Yes.
And apparently, like, he went off on the crew, and somebody recorded it, so it's like halfway through him freaking out, like telling them that he's trying to save Hollywood and like produce all these jobs for people who are losing their jobs, and like if they're not gonna follow protocols, then they're fired, and like him just going off.
And he's like, and if you
he starts like
he starts
pointing
singling people out. That's when I knew like this was like the last
Yeah.
straw. This wasn't just something that's just like, good morning, everyone.
Like, and then a freak out. So what I'm curious on is like, A, what were the people doing?
Yeah.
So was it like they were wearing their mask under their nose? Because that really ticks me off when I see people like wearing a mask, but it's not over their nose. And I'm just like, what's the point?
Yeah, really.
Just take it off. Like at that point, so like not wearing the mask correctly. Were they like, did they like take their mask off to sneeze?
Yeah.
And like he sees that, because I mean we've all been there, we've all done that of like
you
pulling
don't
our
want to
mask
sneeze
down.
in your mask.
Right, it's gross. So like of course you do it correctly. You sneeze in your elbow, wash your hands, like the whole nine. So I want to know, like, what were they doing that made him freak out? And also I want to hear his side of like, how many times has he gone to these people?
Yeah, really.
And been like, hey guys, listen, these are protocols. These need to be followed for the safety of our cast and crew.
Right.
And them just like ignoring him.
Exactly.
So, because we were watching on Double Toasted.
Yeah.
Another YouTube channel. And, excuse me. They were going into like Tom Cruise and his temperament in general. And like, it takes a lot for him to freak out.
Yeah.
And they were showing like the one video of him being squirted in the face.
Yeah, and he's just like, come on, dude.
And he
Why'd
was
you do
like, that was really mean.
Why'd you do that? Oh, you're not going anywhere. Why'd you do that?
Yeah.
Where do you think you're going?
So, like, it seems as though it takes him a long time to freak out like that, but he's also changed a lot since that video took place. Like, his personal views and his morals, maybe not morals, but definitely his personal views have changed and developed over the course of time. So,
this has been going on in Hollywood for a while now. I'm surprised more people haven't cracked.
Yeah.
Just with all these protocols and, like, all these movies that are bombing.
Yeah. Well, because that's one thing I don't think...
Like, Disney has fired so many employees, and it's unreal.
It's like,
and,
it's
that's
sad.
Disney.
Yeah.
Imagine what the smaller companies are doing.
They're going to go under.
Yeah.
Because, especially when you have to go straight to streaming versus having a box office, being able to make that money back.
Yep.
They're having to put it out on these platforms, and, like, I can see a few things happening. Like, movies and like entertainment is definitely going to go down because they're not making the money. They don't have the budget. Or streaming services are going to get way more expensive.
Yeah.
So, like, Netflix already raised their prices.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Hulu was in the talks of raising their prices. Like,
I think Disney's trying to join with Hulu just so they can raise their price, but still, like, get more people.
well, that was the whole thing why Disney Plus was created. They took all their Disney off of Netflix and Hulu and put it into Disney Plus.
Yep.
Like, a ton of networks are doing that. That's why you have, like, the CW app.
Yeah.
You know, you have the Freeform app. Like, those different apps and
this
things.
looks troublesome.
That looks terrifying. Right?
Moving platforms in outer space. My favorite.
Fall into oblivion.
All right, please. But yeah, you're right. It's been going on for a while now. Like recently we read that article of the Dune director is like he's livid.
And again, I completely see where he's coming from. I wouldn't say I'm wholeheartedly sympathetic because it's like welcome to everyone's struggle.
Yeah.
But like for someone like him, so the director of the movie Dune, I don't know if we have talked about it extensively. But like I really enjoy Dune. I've read the books.
We mentioned Dune oh my god.
Oh no. Goodbye. I know we talk about it like every once in a while, but it's a pretty long series.
Yeah.
Especially turning them into film. If they do it right, you're not going to get one movie out of one book.
Right.
There's way too much information.
They tried to do it, and it was awful, apparently,
it's just
in the 80s.
Way too much information. Like,
let's cram all these books into one movie.
To do the story justice, they are really going to have to pull it apart.
Studios always do that.
It's not going to be like how they did it with Harry Potter, where it's like, that definitely could have been one movie, but to make more money, they pull it apart.
Yeah.
This is to actually do justice to the story.
Right.
And he was upset because they want it to go straight into streaming with no theatrical release.
Yeah.
Now...
Well, that changed because, like, now it's coming in select theaters.
Yeah. But, like, he was upset about it, and I can see his side because essentially what that means, this is a big budget movie.
Correct.
They have a massive budget.
You're right.
And if they don't make back that money, they're not going to get, either a large budget for the sequel, or they're not going to be given the option to do a sequel.
Right.
And for this director, he had a plan to be the director for the span of the story.
Yeah.
So it's like for him, I could definitely see why he'd be pissed off that it's going straight to streaming because he's not going to make the money back in box office.
He put all this investment and effort in.
To do the story justice for this big budget film and then to not be granted, a sequel.
It's amazing how much pre-planning some of these like studios do or like some of these directors do when they have the rights and that control.
Especially with something like Dune, it's such a complex story.
Well, I mean, oh shit, okay. We were running low there. Like Kevin Feige, when he was like the mastermind behind like Marvel, he had everything up to Infinity War planned out.
From the very beginning.
Yeah. Like he knew where things were headed. So,
and
like,
that's how they were
calculated.
able to do like the little hints and the little Easter eggs that like after the full story is done, you can go back and watch them and be like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like that served a purpose.
Yeah.
Or
like everything kind of like
something like that. And that's kind of what he was planning to do with Dune. They're planning out, they're dropping eggs in the first one for the sequels that might not even happen.
Right.
So, again, I understand his frustration.
I
don't want to say I'm super sympathetic.
Well, not everyone's on the same note because the director of Wonder Woman 84, she gave, like, HBO, like, $1 million just to be like, this movie has to come out.
Yeah.
It was supposed to come out, like, last year. Like, this past summer, it was supposed to come out. Then it was delayed until fall. Then it was delayed until Christmas. Now it's being delayed into 2021.
The movie is completed, isn't it?
The movie's
it's done.
Yeah.
They just haven't released it.
Right, because like the whole thing went down and like they kept delaying it.
Office.
Exactly. So they kept delaying that movie and they're just like the director and I think like the lead actress both gave like a huge chunk of change just to be like, here, stream this so this movie can finally come out and we can make something.
Yeah. Because that's the one thing where it's like, especially with these movies, it would suck for them not to be able to make sequels and things like that because box office numbers. But I do think there are creative ways that they could go about making money, like merch. If you make a movie that's amazing, merch. Look at The
Merch?
Mandalorian. Like,
It depends who owns the merch.
yeah, it does, but it's something to think about. It's an alternative route.
Like, I'm pretty sure when you get like a deal for like these comic book characters, you're in control of like the story and like the script, but like the studio gets the merch, all merch rights. Like that was the huge debacle with Robin Williams in
and
Aladdin.
Genie.
Yeah, and why I was so pissed is they made so much money off of the merchandise with his character with the genie,
And he didn't
and
get
he
any of
made
it.
like jack squat
Yeah.
just for his recording time.
See, that's where I think it should be a collaboration, like, especially in the
It
climate
doesn't
of
work that
things,
way.
like,
I'm
so
sorry.
much is different. I'm sorry. If you can't make money off box offices, the studio is going to have to give a little as well. You know, these directors and these actors are making movies and things like that, and they can't put it in theaters because it is actually unsafe.
Hooray!
So the fact that the studios are just like, well, sucks to suck, like,
Yeah.
you both lose out in the end because now that movie's not going to do well. No one's going to see it, and you're not going to have merch to sell anyway. So it's like a matter of, do you want 50% or do you want nothing?
Right.
So, but I think that there are creative ways that they could earn money doing it
Okay.
without pulling the whole Disney Mulan thing where it's
Ugh.
like, oh, well, you can watch
Screwing
it, you
over
can
the
stream
consumer.
it, but you have to pay $30 extra on top of what you already pay for your Disney Plus.
Thank God that didn't get normalized
Yeah.
yet.
That's some bullshit. Again, fantastic for families that want to see the movie, but it sucks for like single viewers or like
Or anybody
people-
that knows that $5 movie night is a thing.
yeah, people like us where it's like, hey, we're both cheap, and it's like, I'm not paying $30 to watch a movie. We're going on
Hell
a
no.
Tuesday matinee when you can pay $5 and it's dollar popcorn day.
Yeah. Like, hello.
no thanks. I just think that it was a ripoff for a lot of people.
Well, apparently the majority felt that way because it was just kind of meh, mixed results.
Yeah.
Like on the one hand, they were just like, that went well. But like in the grand scope of things, I think like it wasn't as good as they had hoped.
Yeah, I don't think they made as much money as they thought they were going to make.
And like they spent a lot on that movie.
I mean,
So they were trying to make something back.
that one, there are a few Disney remakes that I could go my entire life without ever seeing. The Lion King is one of them. I could go my entire life and be satisfied never seeing that remake. I really could. Mulan hurts
Uh-oh.
me.
Oh.
Because it does look good visually,
Right.
but then we should just take a picture and hang it up. Like, do
Yeah,
we
good
actually
point.
have to watch it, or
Well, now
What
it's
is it?
actually on Disney
yeah,
Plus, so
for the regular?
for the subscription.
regular
Well, that's the kicker. You're already paying the subscription
That's
fee,
what I'm saying,
and now
and
you
then-
got the additional $30 for the film.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who's gonna do that? You know, who's...
Families, big families.
And that's the only people that benefit from it.
Like there are those that did it, or like I'll buy it and invite the friends over. Hey, we're all gonna watch Mulan.
That was like the original plan, was getting together with all your friends, everyone pitches in $5 and
Yeah.
like watch the movie.
That didn't work out.
Well, no, we decided everyone should stay safe and,
Yeah.
you know, not gather.
yeah.
But, like, at the end of the day, is it worth watching? Because it
Depends
looks
who you ask.
visually, not the actors acting
Right.
or the storyline. Like, visually, the colors, the dynamic, the
I have
design.
a huge bone to pick with all those
Looks
movies.
pretty.
Let's try this again.
But like, I don't know if it'd be, because from my understanding, they took all the parts that made Mulan charming out.
well,
Like, they don't sing. There's
they were
no
trying to please
dynamic of
China.
the characters. There's like,
But
They're
what
stoic.
really pissed some people off was they found out that some of those shots were filmed in like Chinese concentration camps.
ooh,
Yeah, that did not go well.
ew. Why would they do that?
I don't know. That was just like, where are you going with this, Disney? It's like, we don't care about China, except we do, so, uh-oh.
Oh, where do you go from here? You're like.
It's gonna spin around, and I'm gonna make my way to the remote.
You're like waltzing towards the platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're gonna get some air just in case we die at the last second, because that'd be embarrassing. There we go.
Sweet.
All right, one more remote. And then we're done with this level, and then I gotta clear out the bonuses, and then we go to the final level itself.
Oh, man.
And there it is, Channel Z, the finale.
Boom.
It's unlocked, but we're not ready for it quite yet. No. I said I'm collecting all the remotes. I'm collecting all the remotes. I hit a wrong button.
It's all good.
Destroy 5 power cells.
I often hit wrong buttons, but I don't know I'm hitting the wrong button. Which is why you'll hear me clicking the remote, but I'm not jumping, and I get real mad. And you're like, well, that's not the jump button.
Well, that's not jump.
I'm like, oh. Except I'm a lot angrier at the time.
Well, I'm just glad like there's some games where like you have yet to get that angry. And like they mostly seem to be RPGs.
Yeah, I think that I'm more of a fan of RPGs or adventure games rather than like the platformer. But again, I think it's because I don't jump well. I don't have a good perception.
Yeah, you don't fancy jumping.
Well, I don't have like decent depth perception or like
yeah, that's very important in these games.
The perception of how far something is.
Okay.
Even in like real life, that's why I drop shit all the time. Like in real life, my depth perception is just garbage.
Okay.
So it's like I don't jump well because I never know like, okay, well, how far do I need to jump? It feels like it's farther than it is, and then I overjump and die. Or I don't jump far enough and I die. So it's like that's kind of what frustrates me with that. Whereas I feel so far with like at least RPGs, it's not so much about your skill for jumping.
It's more about your skill in combat.
Yeah. Which, given an opportunity to learn, I feel like I could be good at.
Okay.
Like, I can't make my depth perception better.
Right.
Like, that's a lost cause.
Gotcha.
So, I still enjoy playing platformers. I'm just not good at them.
I can tell, like, you're very persistent, which is always a good trait in gaming.
I'm stubborn.
Stubbornness, yes. Hey, eventually you see the end credits. That's all that matters. Eventually you'll see those credits.
I may see the credits through tears, but they're there.
Okay, there's my other power cell. Wachang. That's a 2. Hooray!
Those look like fun. Like...
Those, like, elevator platforms?
Yeah.
Yeah, kinda. Until they, like, turn the camera and you're just like,
well,
excuse you.
The little billboard alien things remind me of Men in Black.
Yeah!
When Will Smith has, like, the gun test.
Yeah.
He's like, why did you shoot the little girl? Or, like, why do you feel Sally deserved to die? And he, like, looks at, he's like, that guy's just working out. But a little girl with some advanced physics books out here at night with these monsters, well, she's up to something. Like, it was just funny.
Did you see the newest Men in Black? The one with, like, Chris Hemsworth?
No.
Apparently it came and went.
I've seen Men in Black 1.
Oh, yeah, I haven't even seen 2 and 3. 2's hokey as hell. 3 is about time travel, but it has, like, a nice message.
Okay.
Like, it has a lot of heart. Like, it ties into, like, how Kay became an agent and stuff like that.
Oh, they bring Kay back.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll have to see.
I don't see that, like, to me, there's only so much they can do with sequels, in my opinion, with that kind of thing. Like, Aliens, the first one, it was fun and surprising and different because it's like aliens are real.
Yep. Space
is real. This is what we do. And so it was fun and charming and different. And when you do a sequel, you take all the charm out of it.
Not always. I mean, it was like a long-running like comic book series, I believe.
Well, because like the Men in Black are a real thing, like in real life.
Yeah.
They're a myth. Or like a legend or, you know.
Yeah.
Something along that line.
There's a lot of lore behind them.
Yeah. So I can definitely see where it could be like a long-running book or comic.
Oh, forevermore.
Oh, no.
falling platforms right at the end. Well, we'll see you guys in the next part, I guess, where I try to get the last one.